Welcome. Today I'm gonna help you to get more free experience in World of Tanks Blitz. So by following these steps, I hope that you're gonna increase the amount of free experience you have in the game. As you can see, currently I have 1.2 million free XP, and I posted a video a while ago. I think it was in the Christmas, where I spent 2.5 million free XP that I just gained by using these tips. So hopefully these tips are gonna be helpful, and enjoy the video. Let's start with the boosters. So as you can see, there is 3 types of free XP boosters: the common boosters, rare boosters, and epic boosters. So let's select the common boosters, and when we select it, as you can see, it adds plus 150% free XP to your XP gains in battle. And if you take a look at the rare ones, it adds 350%, and the epic ones, now before you choose your free XP boosters, be careful, because if you're gonna play with your regular tier 8, then I recommend using common boosters, because if you combine, it's actually not worth it. You can use common boosters for longer periods of time. It's also the same with XP boosters and crew XP boosters. So if you use common boosters for a long period of time, then you'll get more XP, for example, than combining to the rare ones. Because if you combine to the rare ones, you actually gain less boosters, and you're risking of getting a worse battle. And if you get a worse battle, that means that you just wasted yourself 3 boosters, and I'm gonna show it to you. As you can see, if we go to the other, it requires us 3 XP boosters to get 1 rare booster, and 3 rare boosters to get 1 epic. So for 1 epic booster, you pretty much use 9 common boosters, and if you fail that 1 battle, here goes 9 of your common boosters. So if you want to get free XP more efficient, use common boosters, and don't craft them into better ones. Obviously you can get those from the events and stuff, so if you do that, make sure to use the better ones, the better rarity ones on the tanks, like premium tanks obviously, and tanks that only have like ×5 or ×3. You can use them on regular premium tanks as well. I do that quite a lot, but I would recommend just keeping the epic ones for the ×5, ×3 tanks, and you can use the uncommons on whatever you want, to be honest. It depends on you. Now the next point is to play with the tanks that have birthdays, or ×3 or ×5. It really depends on the time. I would say most of the time you get tanks that have birthdays. What those birthdays mean is that you gain 5 times the experience and 2 times the credits, and I would recommend using the XP boosters with this ×5, ×3, whatever Wargaming gives to us, and you can really boost your free XP. I'm gonna show some examples as well with the ×5 and with just regular ×2, how much of a difference it actually makes. So as you can see, I have 2 quite similar games in front of me. One is played with ×5, and then another one is played with ×2. The one with ×5, as you can see, if we go into the details section and we go to the part where it says XP, as you can see, total with boosters we got 1,500 free XP in total with the epic boosters, and both battles are played with epic boosters, so I'm showing that it's not worth to use your epic boosters on just ×2. I would rather use them on ×3 or 5. As you can see, for 2,200 damage and 952 base experience, we earned 1.5k, and as you can see here, it's a 3,000 damage battle with 1,100 base experience, and we only managed to get ourselves 714 free experience. So as you can see, it's better to use your epic XP boosters on the tanks where you have your ×5, ×3, maybe even ×4 sometimes, even though ×4 is pretty rare, I think. But yeah, use them on the tanks with the higher times coefficient. Now this one is taken on my phone, and as you can see, the screen looks weird. That's simply because I'm using a blue light filter But as you can see, you can actually watch video ads which appear every day. There's 5 of them, and if you watch 3 of them you gain 1.5 thousand free experience per day. But also with that gold that you get, you can actually exchange it into free experience. As you can see, daily you get 50 gold, and with that 50 gold you can get 1.2k free experience. But if you combine those two, that's pretty much almost 3k experience daily, so you can use that to your advantage. Next thing that I would recommend is actually just completing your missions. As you can see, just doing your missions, opening the crates and looking what you're gonna get. As you see right in front of you, I got myself 840 free experience just for free. And you can see these crates drop up free experience. Well, not this one, but most of them drop free experience, and you actually should be focusing on this extra day supply for 120 keys, because it can actually drop you some epic free XP boosters. And if you're using those epic free XP boosters on your ×2 or whatever, then it might help you with your free XP by few hundred, because it boosts your free XP by 500%. As you can see, this one drops as well almost 2000 experience, and the weekly is 3.5 if you get it. Most of the time you actually get it. I think it's one of the most common drops. And also there is, if you go to the shop, as you can see over here, there is container section. Every day there is common containers that refreshes. They're not gonna drop free experience, but they can drop free XP boosters, so if you want you can combine those, even though I don't recommend, because you're not gonna get as much free XP in the long run than you would if you crafted them or didn't craft. You know what I mean. You can open big containers, nothing's there as well. In huge containers you can actually get from 5000 to 10,000 experience. I think I've gotten both drops, 5000 and 10,000 experience, so it's possible to get it. I got it once as well, so it's a great way to boost your free experience gain by just completing the missions, boosting it quite a bit, and then opening the containers weekly, every 3 days, every day. You can just stack your experience that way as well. Now for this one, this is gonna be really interesting, because most players would actually just go and activate. So as you can see, there is certificates for 200 free XP boosters, and you can actually use that and gain 200 free XP instantly. But what I would recommend doing is actually keeping those. So as you can see, it requires 10 common certificates for 200 free XP boosters, and you get one rare one, right? With 10 of these you could, I think, get 2000 experience, and with one epic you gain 2300 experience. So basically, by just crafting those common ones into rare ones, you gain 300 extra experience. Again, with this one, you could use these ones, but if you collect 10 of these, you can actually craft one epic one. Now, I'm not gonna do the math right now, but I'm gonna put the calculations in the editing tool, and I will calculate for you the exact amount. So if you collect 10 rare boosters, you can, or certificates, they are not boosters, they are certificates, you can actually craft one epic one, and one epic one grants you 28,000 free experience. Now I don't know how much higher it is, but I've done the calculations before, and I know that it is higher. I just don't remember right now. As I said before, I'm gonna leave the calculations on screen. It should be right about now, and if you combine these epic ones into legendary obviously gives more. I think it's really near to 500,000. So yeah, when there is an event, try to collect these certificates for free XP, because getting 500,000 of free XP is basically one tier 10 tank. As you can see, it only requires half of that. You can basically skip tier 9 and tier 10 with that free XP that you gain from the certificate. So this is really important, because if you activate the common ones, then you lose a lot of experience in the long run, as I said before. You can also combine these into the better ones and get a little bit more free XP, but it's a little bit. I don't know if Wargaming is gonna give us more of these. If they do, then that's great, because we will be able to combine. If not, then you can just activate them, but I would say just keep them for now. Like, it's not a lot of free experience, maybe like 500 free XP at max, so you're not gonna gain a lot. I would recommend combining these because they're pretty much the same as certificates for these ones. Yeah, they're actually certificates as well, so yeah, just combine these as well and just go on until the legendary one. As you can see here, like Tractor 1000 free XP, Birthday Cake 1000 free XP. I could activate those, but I don't really need it for now. This one is gonna be a little bit different. Like it's nothing special. Everybody knows by just that you get free XP by just playing. But if you play with premium tanks or tier 10 tanks, then you gain the most amount of experience, and that means if you play with a premium tank or a tier 10 tank and with a free XP boosters, that means that you get more free XP. So if you're trying to get free XP, I would not recommend taking a tier 9 non-premium tank. I would not recommend taking a tier 8 non-premium tank, and so on. My recommendations would be take a tier 10 because tier 10 tanks give you more experience for some reason. I don't know why, but it just gives you more experience rather than regular tier 9 and tier 8 tanks. And premium tanks obviously gives more experience. Everybody knows that, right? Now, this one is pretty self-explanatory. Just compete in the events or tournaments. Sometimes there is tournaments where you can actually earn some free XP. As you can see over here, there is awards for participating and you get free XP. I think only top 3 gets the free XP. No, actually 5 to 8, 9 to 6 teams get free XP. So if you're a competitive guy, you can actually go to the tournaments and get yourself quite a bit of free experience. As well as competing in the events, and by completing the events you can actually gain quite a bit. Wargaming is pretty generous in giving us free experience. They give us sometimes 10,000, 25,000, 50,000, rarely 100,000 experience, or they might bring the mini events like there was in the Christmas where you drive around a map using your tank and your fuel and you basically get random rewards. From there on I actually got a lot of certificates for the free experience and stuff like that, so participate in the events, maybe sometimes even tournaments. Really rarely you will get free experience from the tournaments, but if you do, then good job. Now with the new wargaming system, there is sometimes a little icon when you click on a tank. As you can see, for example, if you have a tank, there might be some kind of turret module or gun module or track module, and if it's glowing orange, then that means that if you're gonna research it, you can research it right now, but if you're gonna research it, then you're gonna use your free experience. Now be careful here. I wouldn't recommend using your free experience on the lower tier tanks because this might be confusing. If it's glowing orange, then you're gonna use your free XP. If it's glowing gray or dark, or not dark blue, but you know, the blue color, then that means that you're not gonna use your free experience. So be really careful with this. In higher tiers, yeah, you can use your free XP, that's completely fine, but if you're playing in like lower tiers, like tier 3, tier 4, tier 5, and if it's glowing orange, and you just basically research everything, then you might just waste a lot of free XP without you even noticing it. So just be careful about this one. And this is it. Hopefully this video was helpful. I'm actually doing some streams quite often these days, so if you want, come join my Twitch. It's gonna be in the description, the link for it. Go say hi to me, maybe drop a follow or something like that. I hope I can give you more tips over there. You can also join my Discord, ask me anything you want over there. I will most likely answer it, because in game I rarely answer the questions, I just ignore it. So if you have something to ask, post the question either in the comments in this video or in the Discord, and I will gladly answer it over there.